I'm going to be doing a video on my top 10 or whatever, how many categories of lures that I like to throw. And it's going to go in order from when you first get to the lake all the way to the end of the day. So, first thing, if I'm going to a lake early in the morning, like a couple minutes after the sun's up or before the sun's up, I will throw a topwater. If the pond or lake has vegetation along the bank, I'll throw a frog. I'll throw the frog in a 7.6 heavy, 65-pound test braid, and the bait casting setup. Then, if I know the lake has a potential of catching, sorry, I got stuffy nose. But if I know the lake has a potential of catching big fish, I'll throw this bigger size spook. This is the Rapala X-Rap 9 size, one of the bigger sizes. And if I don't get a bite on that, I'll throw a walking popper, a chug, you spit it or you walk it, I'll throw that. Then, if it's like 8, or if it's after, I'll fish topwater from from when I get to the lake to about 7:50. That's about it. After that, I'll pick up a spinnerbait. If the lake has shad, I'll throw like a half-ounce not shaky head, but a half-ounce swim. Sorry, that was my cover. The wind's blowing a little bit. The cover flipped up. But I'll throw spinnerbait, and I'll just flip that around with some cover, and I'll try to get a bite. Then, if I'm not getting it, if I'm fishing spinnerbaits around like vegetation and stuff like that, if I still haven't got a bite with the spinnerbait, I'll switch over to either a chatterbait, or like, this is a fluke, one of the bigger size flukes on a Z-Man chatterbait. I'll either throw that or a swim jig. This swim jig I've fished a lot and it's kind of beat up, but paint doesn't really matter. Then, if I still haven't got bit with the jig, or with the swim jig, or any of that type of moving bait, I'll pick up, sorry, that was a loud truck. I'll pick up a lipless. Pick up a lipless crankbait, and I'll chuck this on a I'll throw this on a 7-foot medium heavy with some fluorocarbon. It's 12-pound bait casting setup. I'll take it and I'll just reel it in. And sometimes I'll pause and let it sink and I'll rip it back up. I still haven't got a bite on the lipless. I'll pick up a square bill. And I'll throw this around wood and rocks, and I'll see if I can get a bite on the square bill. But if I'm fishing deeper, like this is like a DT6 or something like that, this is a DT6. I'll throw this, and I'll see if I can get a bite, but I'll tell you that if it's like 5 to 6 foot, or if the fish are suspended, I'll maybe throw a jerkbait, a deep jerkbait. But if I haven't still gotten a bite on a crankbait, I'll go back and I'll start fishing slow. Still I'm beating the bank. I'll pick up a jig. I'll start out with something compact, like this. 3/4 ounce striking heck attack heavy cover jig with just a 3-inch beaver trailer. I'm going to take this and I'll flip it in some cover. If I don't get bites then, I'll switch up to something bulky. Something like this. This is about 9, or about 8 to about 10 o'clock when I'm fished the jig. I may pick up something else. What else do I throw? Usually, about that time, it's starting to get super hot in the summer. But maybe, like, if it's still like that, and I see a lot of shad, pick up a spinnerbait, but still something like that, I'll pick up a I may throw a wacky rig and flip that around the bank. See if I can get a bite with a wacky rig. Or I may pick up a T-rig, Texas rig, with shaky head. And I'll throw that along the bank. I don't have any shaky head, I guess. But yeah, then I'm done. The shaky head, I'll throw on a spinning setup. Throw that on about 7-foot medium spinning with 30-pound braid out the main line with a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader. Then this, if it's like, okay, it's getting hot, I'm going to start fishing deep. I'll start shallow, fishing like medium feet. I hate when it does that. Hold on. When I start fishing deep, I'll fish medium, and I may start out fishing this, or like this, and I'll start, hitting it off and stuff, and start marking stuff. Then I'll move down to about, what is this? I'm not sure. It's like a Rapala, probably like DT, I don't know. I'll start chucking this, and I'll start beating it against stuff. This is another Rapala. Same one, just different colors. I'll start throwing this one before I go to that. I'll go that one before this one. If I still haven't got a bite, I'll go into the deepest water. Not the deepest, but I'll go and I'll chuck big crankbaits. I'll throw this Strike King 6XD in about 20, 25, 30 feet of water. I like it when it has rattles. See? With the rattles, and I'll throw these deeper ones. I'll throw on some lighter contests. I'll throw the deeper ones. I'll throw these ones on, like, I'm going to say 15 fluorocarbon or mono on a 7.6 medium heavy glass rod. This, the big Strike King, the DT6, I'll chuck this on a 7.6 heavy with 17-pound fluorocarbon. A little heavy, but just take it, chuck it around rocks. Even if I'm fishing on the complete other side of the lake, I'll run into a gravel flat and I'll fish the gravel flat. And I'll start just beating the bank, or not beating the bank, but fishing deep. If I still haven't got a bite, then still haven't got a bite, I'll probably fish heavy, like 1 ounce jigs. Heavy jigs, I don't have any though. But I'll probably fish some jigs out deep, and I still haven't got a bite on that, which is about like from 12 to about, I'm usually off the water by early. Not that late, but early. Probably about, usually I'm off the water by 12, or not 12, but 11 o'clock, maybe a little later if it's, if you're catching them good. Otherwise, then that's it. Yeah, braiding out. I'm doing a boat tour video next, so be prepared to look for that. Braiding out.